These videos are filmed in the city of Toronto. We acknowledge that we are on the traditional territory of many nations, including the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples, and is now home to many diverse First Nations, Inuit, and Métis peoples. Hello and welcome to Movement with Laurelle, hosted by Wild Wandering Creations. For this practice, you'll need a pillow, a block, a blanket, and perhaps a second pillow or a bolster if you have it. Today, we're going to be diving into a restorative practice. So make sure that your space is nice and comfortable and you have the necessary props before you start your practice. We're going to start this practice settling on our back. Just make sure that your head is supported by that pillow, soles of the feet connect to the earth, and arms can fall alongside the body, palms facing up or palms facing down towards the earth. Slowly begin to connect to that breath, settling into this moment and allowing yourself to fully arrive here now. And as you settle into your body, just taking a moment to recognize that yoga is an ancient Eastern practice, most notably from India, and thanking our South Asian ancestors who cultivated this practice for us to be able to partake in it. Feel that connection with the breath. And if you're working with a sankalpa, an intention, you can go ahead and repeat that now internally using your inner voice. And if you're having trouble coming up with an intention or a sankalpa, maybe you simply use, "My heart is open to receiving my sankalpa." My heart is open to receiving. Feeling all the points where your body connects to the earth. And allowing that breath to hold you here in this shape. Just simply using the breath as your anchor to hold you in stillness. To allow yourself to just simply be. In your own time, gently taking the hands to the hips, just so that you can feel into that pelvic floor area. And we're just going to find a little bit of a pelvic rock. So on your in-breath, you're going to draw the tailbone up towards the sky so you can feel that whole spine connect to the earth. And as you exhale, you're just going to gently release it. It's nice and small. You might barely be able to see the movement. Exhale to release. Inhale to draw the tailbone up. Exhale to release. And inhale to draw it up. Moving at your own pace and trying not to rush the movements, really feeling the length of each in-breath and each out-breath. Letting this slight, gentle movement guide you into a meditative state. Just focusing on the breath, focusing on the movement, and allowing yourself to be fully present in this moment. You can keep the hands connected to the hips as you feel that nice gentle tilt up and softening down. Letting the breath guide you, letting the movement be small but supportive. And gently releasing that movement and just allowing the arms to fall alongside the body. Feeling into your constructive rest and just simply being. And just taking a few more deep breaths in this shape. Noticing what you're feeling, what you're experiencing, and maybe even asking yourself, how do I feel in this moment? When you're ready, just grabbing that block that you have for support or a folded blanket, and you're just going to lift your hips up and slide that support underneath your seat, just at the base of your spine. Take a few moments to make sure that you're settled in, and then if it feels okay, reach the arms overhead, coming into a supportive bridge. And as you settle in, just taking a few breaths to really allow yourself to fold over that support. Maybe you wiggle the toes, the fingers, soften in the shoulders, soften the muscles of the face. Maybe you even close down those eyes. Again, using the sound of your breath to be your anchor, to be your support, and allowing yourself to hold this shape for an extended period of time. Each exhale taking you a little deeper. Each exhale allowing the body to become a little softer. I'm going to give you some space away from my voice as you settle into this supported bridge. And slowly beginning to deepen your breath. And inviting yourself back into this space, back into this moment. And then when it feels okay for you, just gently taking the arms back alongside the body. Just pausing for a breath. And then gently sliding that support from underneath the hips and settling the hips back down to the earth. Feel that connection. Give yourself some time to experience this, to feel into the transitions. And then gently, let's hug those knees in towards our chest, giving ourselves a nice rock from side to side, giving the low back a massage. Gentle movements, and then slowly roll the body to one side, just pausing there, observing the body, cradling the head with your arm, checking in. Maybe even repeating that sankalpa, that intention, maybe just my heart is open to receiving. And then when you feel ready, gently coming out of that shape, and we'll come into our next supported shape. You will need your bolster or pillow and taking the length across the width of the mat. I'm just going to move that one pillow off to the side for a moment, and then you're going to grab your block and your blanket and place the block just a little bit away from that first pillow and support, and then you can drape that blanket over top of that support. Just make sure that there's a little bit of a space in between both supports, because that is where our arm is going to go. Make sure that the blanket is folded nicely, the pillow is lined up nicely. And then you can use that second pillow for support in between the knees. So take that hip, maybe let's take our right hip towards that support. And you're just going to take your knees out towards the side and slide that pillow in between the knees before you settle in. That right arm slides into that space that you created, and the right ear releases to that block where that folded blanket is. Hand can come towards the palm. You can rest it on the hip, or you can just gently rest it on the side or above the head. You get to decide. This is your practice. Just make sure that you're nice and settled and comfortable, and take your time as you settle. It's okay to move a few times before you really find the shape that is supportive to you. And just allow yourself to rest. This is one of my favorite shapes, a side lying shape. It helps open up that spine, provides some comfort and support, and allows you to really rest and let go. Let the breath come into a natural rhythm. Not trying to alter it in any way, just simply letting it come in and out, in and out. Soften the face, soften the jaw, soften into this moment. Slowly begin to draw your awareness back into the body, maybe deepening the breath, feeling that connection of the support underneath you, the connection with the floor. Maybe a soft wiggle in the toes and the fingers. And then when you're ready, using the hand for support, just gently pushing yourself away. And we're just going to move to the other side. So trying to keep the gaze soft or the eyes closed, you're just going to take that left hip to that support, knees come out to the side. And then that left arm is just going to slide into that space. Left ear comes down. Make sure that you're nice and supported. And then you get to decide where that right arm falls. Maybe it connects with that left palm. Maybe it falls on that right hip. Maybe you reach it overhead. Or maybe you just let the arm simply fall to your side. Now, switching sides, sometimes it takes some time to settle, so give yourself some time and patience and kindness. Treat the body with compassion as you begin to rest and let go. Letting each breath take you a little deeper. Letting it soften a little more. And feeling the whole body in this relaxed state. The whole body letting go. And slowly beginning to draw some awareness back into the body. Maybe you deepen the breath. Beginning to feel the body supported here in this moment. Maybe you wiggle the fingers, maybe you wiggle the toes. And then gently, when you feel ready, push yourself out of this shape. Again, being mindful and intentional with each movement. And we'll slowly transition into our next shape. You can gently move the props off towards the side. And we're just going to take that pillow and take the length alongside the mat, horizontal to the mat. And you're just going to place your second pillow on top. If you want to add a little bit more support, you can drape that blanket over top. And then you're going to take your knees nice and wide, and you're going to hug that support as close to the body as you can. Knees as wide as the mat, big toes touch, and we're going to come into a nice supported child's pose. Slowly take that right ear down towards that support. Arms fall alongside the support. Allow the belly to soften. Allow everything to let go. Close down the eyes. Soften into the shape. Soften into the body. Feel yourself being held in stillness, safe and supported. And slowly turning your head to face the other direction, not trying to move the body too much, just simply taking the opposite ear down towards that support and settling in. And because we made a soft movement with the body, it may take a few breaths to settle back in on this side. Just notice and observe the differences in the neck, the sensations that you're feeling. And if you notice that the mind is pretty active, even though you've been quieting, going inward, just allow your awareness to fall on the breath. It's normal to have an active mind. It's normal to have thoughts flow in and out. Just simply allow yourself to acknowledge those thoughts and then gently release them. And after you've released those thoughts, maybe you bring your awareness back to the in-breath, back to the out-breath. Feel the belly soften a little more. Feel the hips release towards the heels a little deeper. Breathe in stillness. Start to deepen the breath here. Bring some awareness back into your space. And when you feel ready, pressing the hands into the earth, lifting yourself away from that support and just taking your time. Releasing any tension in the neck and the shoulders. And then slowly we'll move those props off to the side. And we'll come into our next shape, our final shape. I like to use the blanket at the top of my mat for my head, just so that it adds a little support. And we're coming into our final shape of Savasana, so whatever feels good for you. So first you can hug those knees in towards your chest, giving a little release in the low back and the mid back and the upper back. And then we're gonna release the legs nice and long. Palms face up towards the sky. And you can stay here, or you can add that second pillow underneath the knees to add a little bit more comfort. You also have the option to drape something over the eyes to block out any light and allow yourself to really dive into this shape. Find space in between the legs and the toes and the fingers. Soften the shoulders down towards the earth. And we'll start to do a little body scan here, starting from the crown of the head to the fingers and the toes. The toes to the tips of the fingers and the crown of the head. I'm beginning to soften all the muscles in the face, relaxing the jaw, the cheeks, maybe even allowing the lips to part slightly and letting the tongue fall away from the roof of the mouth. Feeling the whole body begin to relax and let go. Making any last minute adjustments before you completely dive into stillness. Feel the whole body here supported, relaxed, and held. And then begin to draw awareness to the right hand. The right hand thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, and fifth finger. Palm of the hand, back of the hand, wrist, lower arm, elbow, upper arm, armpit, shoulder, right side of the chest, right side body, right hip, thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, top of the foot, sole of the foot, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and fifth toe. taking your awareness to the left hand. Left hand thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, and fifth finger. Palm of the hand, back of the hand, wrist, lower arm, elbow, upper arm, armpit, shoulder. Left side of the chest, left side body, left hip, thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, top of the foot, sole of the foot, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and fifth toe. Drawing your awareness to the back of the body, back of the head, right shoulder, left shoulder, mid back, lower back, right buttock, left buttock, back of the right leg, back of the left leg, right calf, left calf, right ankle, left ankle, right heel, left heel. Begin to feel the whole right leg, the whole left leg, the whole upper body, the whole right arm, and the whole left arm. Back of the head. Feel the whole body connecting to the earth. The whole body connects to the earth. Feel the whole body in this relaxed state. Feel the whole body let go. You can slowly begin to deepen the breath. And by inviting a little bit of awareness back into the body. Knowing that if you wish to stay, you are welcome to stay exactly as you are. And that if you're being called to move, you can begin to slowly wiggle the fingers and the toes, maybe rocking the head from side to side, hugging the knees in towards your chest, giving them a squeeze, a rock from side to side. And slowly finding your weight on one side, and again cradling that head with your hand for support. And taking your time as you're simply noticing and observing how the body's feeling. And then invite yourself into a seat, soften the gaze, keep the eyes closed, rooting through the sits bones, soften the shoulders away from the ears. Relax the shoulders down the back. Inhale, exhale, side out. One more deep breath in. Let it go. Slowly take the hands together at heart center. Bow down towards your hands with gratitude for our practice and with gratitude for this moment and this community. Thank you so much for holding space with me today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're welcome to repeat your intention, your sankalpa. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I hope you're feeling rested and supported. I'll see you next week on the mat.